example, many UN proceedings are extremely popular because they are perceived to be less captured by the other organizations. I think on Gene's question, I think in many instances, look at the extent to which the Western countries, well-developed market economies, rely on academia to be a proxy for broader public interests, to provide research knowledge. In so many jurisdictions, it just doesn't exist, or it's feeble. And I think much less to find an organization akin to the one that Gene's the head of now, or the mass of non-government, not-for-profit think tanks, research groups, advocacy bodies. That infrastructure simply doesn't exist in most countries. I think a possible solution is you need regional cooperation so that you can mass on a regional basis rough equivalents of these, but that is a difficult problem, and something that Emma mentioned in who gets to play, I think is very important. I should mention a problem with the ICN is that the decision about who gets to go to the meeting and participate, the government competition agencies play that role. They nominate. You can't get in the room unless you play. And it certainly never was my case, but I'll just suggest that some human beings in these government agencies keep score of whether people praise them or criticize them. And that sometimes serves as a filter who gets in the room. Never me, but I'll just say that some people took that view. So if you don't have some self-nominating process, if the government is the screen, you will end up with puppets who say, great government.
Well, to again provoke you, I'm going to put a suggestion on the table and see how you react to it. If this is a truly big problem for a global norm development and consensus building process, how do we get from here to there? What if we invested in educational hubs around the world in key countries where there is already engagement and interest? There are academics with expertise. There are some NGOs with involvement and interest in the issues. And we try to go build ground up. Basically, it won't happen overnight, but to build up the expertise. Because, for example, as Brazil considers a local hosting requirement for internet servers in response to what they perceive as overexcited surveillance activities from a particular country, there's been a lot of discussion about how it works. Does it work? Can it work? It's technically implausible. But how do you engage with that government? How do you engage with civil society in Brazil to have that discussion in a way similar to what we did with intercarrier compensation or broadband measurement? How do you do that? Is there a path towards that? Olivia, you wanted to jump in maybe on something different?
Well, it's not exactly